So one feature I really like about this bike is the seat.
There's a sound that makes every biker's heart skip a beat, a deep, muscular growl that once ruled the streets in the 80s and 90s. But what if I told you, that sound is coming back, louder, meaner, and faster than ever? This is not nostalgia, this is the resurrection of a legend. This is the 2026 Honda Magna. Welcome back to Car Quest Pro, where we ride beyond the ordinary and dive deep into the machines that define freedom. Today, you're about to witness something that fans have been waiting decades for, the rebirth of a street muscle icon, the 2026 Honda Magna, a machine that's rewriting the story of power cruisers all over again. Just imagine, the original Magna spirit reborn in a modern body, sharper than ever, and ready to challenge even the most dominant V-twins of America. But this time, it's not just a comeback, it's a statement. And before we get into its full specs, let me warn you, this bike has a surprise that will make even Harley and Triumph riders turn their heads. So stay with me till the end, because you need to see the last one. Main script, no headings, 8 minutes. The 2026 Honda Magna is pure muscle wrapped in modern sophistication. Honda's design team took the DNA of the original V45 Magna and fused it with the aggressive styling of today's naked roadsters. The result? A low-slung cruiser that looks like it was carved out of metal thunder, long tank lines, a thick sculpted seat, and a headlamp that stares like it's alive. It carries the stance of an old-school street bruiser but with a futuristic edge, every curve, every edge screams rebellion. Underneath that menacing body sits a 1,200 cubic centimeters liquid-cooled V4 engine, inspired by Honda's legendary performance lineage. This engine is tuned for raw torque and spine-tingling acceleration. You twist the throttle and it roars from 0 to 100 km per hour in just 3.2 seconds, hitting a top speed of nearly 140 miles per hour. The horsepower? A massive 135 horsepower, but it's the way this power flows that's special. Smooth, responsive, yet unpredictable, like a beast that knows when to strike. Honda has packed this Magna with new-age tech, ride-by-wire throttle, selectable riding modes, and Honda's advanced traction control for stability at high speeds. It even gets a quick shifter system for clutchless gear changes, giving you that racing edge in every pull. And then there's the sound, that deep V4 growl that feels like music made of thunder. Honda engineers spent months perfecting the exhaust note, making sure every rev hits with that nostalgic punch that made the old Magna a legend. The frame is a lightweight aluminum chassis designed for balance, firm at corners, smooth at highways. The suspension setup is top tier, featuring Showa inverted front forks and a monoshock rear, tuned for comfort but ready for aggression. Braking is handled by dual 320mm front discs with radial mount calipers and ABS, giving this cruiser superbike level control. When you sit on it, you instantly feel connected. The wide handlebars, low seat height, and forward set pegs give that perfect power cruiser feel. The digital instrument cluster is fully TFT with Bluetooth and navigation integration. You can control your music, calls, and even bike diagnostics right on the screen. The LED lighting gives it that stealth fighter look, especially at night. And here comes the real twist, Honda is planning to offer this Magna in 2 versions. The standard 1200 V4 and a special 1000 cubic centimeters variant for markets with different licensing laws. Both versions share the same design and attitude, but the 1200 is the real monster, meant for riders who crave dominance on the asphalt. Now, let's talk about something everyone's been wondering, the price. The 2026 Honda Magna is expected to launch at around $14,999 in the US, slightly higher for the special edition with premium exhausts and custom colors. And honestly, for what it delivers, this feels like a deal that punches way above its weight. Honda is targeting riders who want the muscle of a Harley, the precision of a Honda, and the attitude of something entirely new. And yes, this machine isn't just about straight-line power. It handles corners like a sport bike, smooth lean angles, perfect throttle response, and control that makes you feel in command even at 100 miles per hour. The Magna doesn't just look like a power cruiser, it acts like one, redefining what a muscle bike should feel like in 2026. Fuel efficiency sits around 18 kilometers per liter, respectable for a 1,200 cubic centimeters engine. But honestly, nobody's buying the Magna for mileage. They're buying it for that feeling, that deep roar, that rush of torque, that moment when the road disappears and all you hear is the V4 heartbeat echoing through the streets. The 2026 Magna isn't here to be polite. It's here to make a statement, that Honda can bring back legends and still set the bar higher than anyone else. It's that rare mix of nostalgia and next-gen performance. The kind of bike that makes people stop, stare, and say, "What is that?" And as the night falls and the Magna's headlight cuts through the dark, it feels like the return of something we thought we'd lost, the age of raw, soulful power. So, is the 2026 Honda Magna the comeback of the decade? Or is it Honda's warning shot to every other cruiser brand out there? You decide. This is Car Quest Pro, and if you love machines that roar with a story, hit that subscribe button because we ride deeper than specs, we ride into the soul of the machine. And remember, see last one, because the next legend is always closer than you think.